Hi students, this is Anita Raj, your chemistry mentor, welcoming you for one more session in the lesson aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. In this session, we shall see some very important naming reactions coming under the same, in which the students used to confuse a lot. Read the first question. The reaction RCOCl plus H2 in the presence of palladium and barium sulfate gives RCHO plus HCl is called. See, there so an equation is given: Cannicero's reaction, Rosenmann's reduction, Novi-Nagel reaction, or Clemmensen's reaction. Okay, so let us see what happens in a Cannicero reaction. See, actually in Cannicero reactions, the aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen, okay, the aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen atoms, like formaldehyde, HCHO, formaldehyde or benzaldehyde, will be converted to acid and alcohol in the presence of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so in Cannicero's reaction, formaldehyde will be getting converted to acid and alcohol in the presence of sodium hydroxide. So this is not the answer. Actually, this is the reaction which takes place. So plus NaOH, sodium hydroxide, it will be getting converted to sodium formate, HCOONa plus methanol. Okay, so CH3OH. So this is what happening in Cannicero's reaction. So what about the next one, that is the Novi-Nagel's reaction? See, in Novi-Nagel's reaction, benzaldehyde will be reacting with malonic acid in the presence of pyridine. Okay, in the presence of pyridine to give cinnamic acid. So in Novi-Nagel reaction, will be getting alpha beta unsaturated acid. But here the product is an aldehyde, is it not? An acid chloride or acyl chloride is getting converted to an aldehyde. But in Novi-Nagel reaction, an aldehyde will be getting converted to alpha beta unsaturated acid. So this is not the answer. So what about the next one, Clemmensen's reduction or reaction? See, in Clemmensen's reaction, the aldehydes or the ketones will be getting converted to hydrocarbons. Okay, so if we take an example, an aldehyde CH3C double bond OH, this will be undergoing reduction in the presence of hydrogen. Okay, and this takes place in the presence of zinc. Okay, zinc Hg, that is zinc amalgam in the presence of concentrated HCl. This reduction takes place in the presence of concentrated HCl. This aldehyde will be getting converted to a hydrocarbon. Okay, that is CH3 single bond CH3. Ethane, will get ethane plus water. Understood? So this is Clemmensen's reduction. So this is not the answer, is it not? So in Clemmensen's reduction, we are getting a hydrocarbon, but the answer is formaldehyde. So let us see, the next option is Rosenmann's reduction. So what happens in Rosenmann's reaction? Actually, this RCOCl, that is acid chloride or the acyl chloride, will be undergoing reduction in the presence of palladium and barium sulfate to form the aldehyde. So the option B is correct. Okay, option B is correct. Understood, students? Read the next question. The oxidation of toluene to benzaldehyde with chromyl chloride in CCl4 is called as. See, here in this question, toluene is undergoing oxidation to form benzaldehyde in the presence of chromyl chloride and CCl4, that is carbon tetrachloride. And 4 options were given, and they are asking you to find out which reaction is this, whether it's Stefan's reduction or Perkin's reaction or Gattermann-Koch's reaction or Ittard's reactions. Let us see what happens in Stefan's reduction. What happens in Stefan's reduction? Actually, benzaldehyde is obtained by partial reduction of phenyl cyanide. Okay, what is phenyl cyanide? What happens in Stefan's reduction is phenyl cyanide, C6H5 C triple bond, okay, triple bond N. This is phenyl cyanide. This undergoes a reduction. Okay, this undergoes reduction in the presence of HCl. Okay, HCl and that is stannous chloride. Stannous chloride, SnCl2, stannous chloride in the presence of ether. Okay, and this gives benzaldehyde, C6H5CHO. So this is what happening. Okay, so actually in the question it's written as toluene is undergoing oxidation to form benzaldehyde, but here phenyl cyanide is undergoing reduction to form benzaldehyde. So this option is not correct. What happens in the Perkin's reaction? Actually, in Perkin's reaction, this benzaldehyde C6H5CHO, benzaldehyde will be reacting with the acetic anhydride, that is H2CHCOO COCH3, okay, acetic anhydride. This is acetic anhydride in the presence of the corresponding salt, that is CH3COONA. See, this anhydride is acetic anhydride, so corresponding salt is salt of acetic acid, okay, when it is heated we get a cinnamic acid, okay, C6H5CH double bond CH and along with this we will be getting acetic acid also. So this is what happening in Perkins reaction. So this is not the answer. So what happens in Gattermann-Koch reaction? In Gattermann-Koch reaction, benzene will be getting converted to benzaldehyde, understood? But here toluene is getting converted to benzaldehyde. So what happens in Gattermann's reaction? Benzene C6H6 benzene will be getting converted to benzaldehyde in presence of carbon monoxide HCl and anhydrous aluminum chloride AlCl3, anhydrous aluminum chloride, it gives benzaldehyde C6H5CHO, okay, plus HCl. So this is what happening in Gattermann-Koch reaction. So the last option is Itard's reaction. What happens in Itard's reaction? Actually in Itard's reaction, this reaction takes place. Oxidation of toluene to benzaldehyde takes place in the presence of chromyl chloride and CCl4, okay. So this is the correct option. Itard's reaction is the correct option. So what happens in Itard's reaction? Let me write the equation now. What is toluene? This is toluene CH3, okay. So this undergoes oxidation in the presence of chromyl chloride to CrO2 Cl2 CCl4, okay, and this gives a complex now. So it's an intermediate product. We get a complex CHOCrCl2OH the whole square, okay. So this is a complex, okay. This and then finally undergoes hydrolysis, okay, and we'll be getting benzaldehyde, understood, CHO benzaldehyde. So the correct option is Itard's reaction, understood students. Read the next question students. The reactions involving condensation of acetic anhydride with an aromatic aldehyde in the presence of corresponding salt of the acid to give an unsaturated aromatic acid is an example of whether it's a Schmidt reaction or aldol condensation or benzoin condensation or Perkins reaction. So what is given? So this condensation of acetic anhydride with aromatic aldehyde, that is aromatic aldehyde is undergoing condensation with acetic anhydride in the presence of a salt, okay. So this is what, and the options were Schmidt, aldol, benzoin, Perkins. What happens in Schmidt reaction? It's a reaction which takes place between carbonyl compound and hydrozoic acid, okay. Schmidt reactions, the first one, let us see what happens in Schmidt reaction. Let me take a ketone CH3C double bond O CH3, okay. So this I have taken a ketone, dimethyl ketone plus hydrozoic acid. What is hydrozoic acid? N3H. This is hydrozoic acid in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, okay, H2SO4. So when we are heating this, it gets converted to methyl acetamide, okay, CH3C double bond O NH CH3, okay, methyl acetamide plus N2. This is what happens in Schmidt reaction. So let us see what happens in aldol condensation now. See, in aldol condensation, acetaldehyde in the presence of caustic alkali, it forms beta hydroxy butylaldehyde or aldol, okay. We'll be getting aldol in aldol condensation. So what reacts? Acetaldehyde, okay, acetaldehyde will be getting converted. So let me write so that you can gain knowledge now. You can have a recap now. C double bond, this is acetaldehyde, this reacts with one more acetaldehyde H. I am splitting this, I am splitting acetaldehyde like this, CHO in the presence of sodium hydroxide, okay. In the presence of sodium hydroxide, it gets converted to CH3 CH, okay, OH, then CH2 CHO. So this again, when you are heating in the presence of acid, we'll be getting the crotonaldehyde, okay. What is crotonaldehyde? CH3 CH double bond CH CHO, okay. So this is alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde, okay, understood. So this is not the answer. Okay, so aldol condensation is not the answer because acetic anhydride is reacting with aldehyde, but here we are having acetaldehyde, two acetaldehydes. What happens in benzoin condensation? In benzoin condensation, two benzaldehyde molecules will be undergoing condensation in the presence of ethanolic solution of KCN. Understood? Two benzaldehydes. So what happens in benzoin condensation? That's also I'll write C6H5 CHO plus C6H5 CHO. This undergoes condensation. Okay, so alcoholic KCN, right? So I will be getting this benzene ring. This is benzoin OH H, and again C double bond O. So this is benzoin. Understood? So this is the compound we are arriving at benzoin condensation. This is not also correct. What about Perkins reaction? Hope this is the correct answer because all these three are wrong. Perkins reaction. What happens in Perkins reaction? We have seen in the previous question also Perkins reaction. Say aromatic aldehyde. So aromatic aldehyde means benzaldehyde. Let us take benzaldehyde. Okay, benzaldehyde. Let me write once again so that you can get a clear idea. Benzaldehyde. This reacts with acetic anhydride H2CH COOCOCH3 acetic anhydride in the presence of sodium acetate CH3COONA. Okay, on heating, right, we will be getting unsaturated aromatic acid. What is this acid? Cinnamic acid. Is it not? CH double bond CH COOH. Understood? Cinnamic acid plus acetic acid will be getting CH3 COOH. Understood, students? So the correct option is Perkins reaction, right? Read the next question, students. The reaction C6H5CHO, that is benzaldehyde, CH3CHO acetaldehyde gives C6H5CH double bond CHCHO, that is alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. This is cinnamaldehyde. Okay, is Claisen condensation reaction or Perkins reaction or Caniceros reaction or benzoin condensation reaction. Okay, already we have seen in the previous questions what is benzoin condensation. In benzoin condensation, an aromatic aldehyde is heated with an ethanolic solution of KCN. So now two molecules of benzaldehyde combines to form benzoin. Is it not? So option D is not correct. What about the next one, previous one, the Caniceros reaction? This also we saw in the previous question. In Caniceros reaction, benzaldehyde is treated with concentrated alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, to get sodium benzoate and benzyl alcohol. So let me write and show you what happens in Caniceros reaction. C6, molecules of benzaldehyde, C6H5 CHO in the presence of concentrated sodium hydroxide, it gets converted to sodium benzoate C6H5 COONA plus benzyl alcohol C6H5 CH2OH. Okay, benzyl alcohol. So this is also not the option. Canicero reaction is also not the option because we are getting cinnamaldehyde. Is it not? Okay, next option is Perkins reaction. What happens in Perkins reaction? Just now we saw in the previous question what happens in Perkins reaction, students. Just recollect it. In benzaldehyde reacts, is it not? CHO benzaldehyde, it reacts with acetic anhydride H2CH COO COCH3, is it not? In the presence of sodium acetate CH3 COONA. Okay, when we are heating, we'll get cinnamic acid. Okay, it's not aldehyde. Okay, just to confuse you, it's given right. CH double bond CH COOH plus acetic acid, right? Here we are getting cinnamic acid, but so this is not the option Perkins reaction. What about Claysen's condensation? Obviously this is the correct answer. Option A is correct because in Claysen condensation reaction, this benzaldehyde reacts with acetaldehyde to form cinnamaldehyde. Understood, students? So option A is correct. Read the next question. Wolff-Kishner reduction is the reduction of carbonyl compounds into hydrocarbons, carbonyl compounds into alcohols, nitrobenzene into aniline, or carbohydrates into alcohols. See, actually what happens in Wolff-Kishner reduction? See, actually the aldehydes and the ketones, that is the carbonyl compounds, are conveniently reduced to hydrocarbons. Okay, in the presence of excess of hydrazine and strong base potassium hydroxide. Okay, let me write and show you. Let me take a carbonyl compound CH3. This is a dimethyl ketone, so I am taking dimethyl ketone here. This is a carbonyl compound. This in the undergoes in the presence of hydrazine, okay, H2. What is hydrazine? NH2 NH2, okay, this is hydrazine, okay, H2 NH2, right? So here a water molecule goes off and we'll be getting hydrazone CH3, C here CH3, double bond NH2, okay, this is hydrazone. So this again, when it is heated to 473 Kelvin in the presence of KOH and glycol, in the presence of KOH and glycol, we'll get propane, okay, CH3, CH2, CH3 plus nitrogen. So it is getting converted to propane. Propane is nothing but it's a hydrocarbon, and this is a carbonyl compound. Is it not carbonyl? So carbonyl compound is getting converted to a hydrocarbon. So option A is correct. So Wolff-Kishner reduction is the reduction of carbonyl compounds to hydrocarbons. Understood, students? So read the next question. Which of the following reactions is useful for the preparation of alpha bromoacetic acid? So through which reaction it's possible to produce alpha bromoacetic acid? That's the question, is not? Okay. What are the different types of reactions given? Hunts-Dicker reaction, Perkins reaction, Riemer-Tiemann reaction, Hell-Vollard-Zelensky. Hell-Vollard-Zelensky reaction can be shortly written as HVZ. Okay, HVZ reaction. Okay, we shall see the first one, Hunts-Dicker reaction. What happens in Hunts-Dicker's reaction? See, in Hunts-Dicker's reaction, the silver salt of carboxylic acids on treatment with bromine in the presence of CCl4 gives alkyl or aryl bromides. Okay, we can take an example, silver salt of acetic acid, CH3 COOAG, silver salt of acetic acid. This reacts with bromine in the presence of carbon tetrachloride, okay, and this gives an alkyl bromide, CH3Br methyl bromide plus carbon dioxide plus AgBr. Understood? So this is the compound. If you are using an aromatic compound, you will be getting an aryl alkyd. Understood? So this is not the answer. Here we are not producing alpha bromoacetic acid. It's a alkyl halide, is it not? So this is not the answer. What happens in Perkins reaction? Obviously, you know, in the previous question we have seen it gives alpha beta unsaturated acid. Alpha beta unsaturated acid, is it not? Alpha beta unsaturated acid. Right. Alpha beta unsaturated acid, that is cinnamic acid, is it not? In Perkins reaction, it's very good. What happens in Riemer-Tiemann reaction? See, in Riemer-Tiemann reaction, it's possible to produce salicylic acid by refluxing phenol. Okay, by refluxing phenol. What happens in Riemer-Tiemann reaction? Phenol will be converted to salicylic acid by refluxing with carbon tetrachloride plus KOH. Okay. It undergoes during refluxing, it forms the potassium salt of salicylic acid, OH, COOK. This again, when treated with dilute HCl, it gets converted to salicylic acid. Understood? It gets converted to salicylic acid. Understood? So this is the compound, right? So we are getting salicylic acid in Riemer-Tiemann reaction. So this is also not correct. Okay. So final option could be the correct one, Hell-Vollard-Zelensky reaction. So what happens in Hell-Vollard-Zelensky reaction? We shall see acetic acid, CH3 COOH in the presence of bromine. In the presence of bromine and red phosphorus, okay, under sunlight. It needs sunlight for this reaction to take place. It forms CH2, that is alpha bromo, CH2COOH acetic acid, alpha bromo acetic acid. So option D, that is Hell-Vollard-Zelensky reaction or HVZ reaction, is the correct answer. Read the next question. In Clemenson's reduction, carbonyl compound is treated with zinc amalgam plus HCl, sodium amalgam plus HCl, zinc amalgam plus nitric acid, or sodium amalgam with nitric acid. We shall see what happens in Clemenson's reaction first. A carbonyl compound, C double bond O. This is a carbonyl compound. Here you can have R, right? In the presence of zinc amalgam, okay, in the presence of zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl, will get a hydrocarbon, okay, R, then C, H2, this C double bond O will be getting converted to CH2. So we'll get a hydrocarbon. Understood? So which is the option? We are using zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl. So option A is correct. Understood? Option A is correct. Read the next question. RCOH. If this is an acid in the presence of hydrozoic acid, it gets converted to a primary amine RNH2 plus carbon dioxide plus nitrogen. The above reaction is called as HVZ reaction or Hunts-Dicker reaction or Schmidt reaction or decarboxylation reaction. See, as we saw earlier, just in the previous question, we have seen HVZ reaction, that is Hell-Vollard-Zelinsky reaction. In this reaction, it's possible to produce alpha bromoacetic acid. Is it not alpha? Just now we saw alpha bromoacetic acid. Okay, so this is not the answer, acetic acid. Okay, this is not the answer. What about the next one? Hunts-Dicker reaction. In Hunts-Dicker reaction, that also we have seen alkyl or aryl bromides are produced by treating silver salt of carboxylic acid with bromine. Is it on Hunts-Dicker reaction? So alkyl or aryl bromides are formed, but here the product formed is it's a primary amine. Is it not? So here we are getting alkyl or aryl halides. So this is not the answer. What about Schmidt reaction? Schmidt reaction, here the primary amines are produced. Okay, primary amines containing one carbon atom less than that of the monocarboxylic acid. Here we are having the monocarboxylic acid. So here we are getting an amine. This amine will be having one carbon atom lesser than that of this one. Okay, monocarboxylic acid. When this monocarboxylic acids are treated with the hydrozoic acid in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, Con H2SO4. We will be able to produce the primary amine. Okay, so which option is correct, students? The correct option is Schmidt reaction. So Schmidt reaction is the correct. Fine, students, you might have got a good recap of all the very important naming reactions under aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. I shall meet you with a very important and interesting topic in a short period. Until then, it's Anita Raj signing off from you. Thanks for watching.